Welcome to Channel 15 Sports. Sit down, relax. This should be fun. You're going to watch JV basketball action from the Common Avenue Gym. It's the girls. Tonight we have MSJ's JV squad in the white uniforms. They have 6 players on their roster. And we're just waiting for Marty McDonough to undo the rope over there that separates the big crowds that come to the JV games from the playing surface. And Windsor is the opponent tonight. So the Windsor Yellow Jackets in the dark green uniforms, the yellow trim, taking on the I'm sorry, getting a bunch of hoots and hollers for the varsity squad. We missed the opening tip-off. Windsor with the bucket, 2-0. It'll be MSJ basketball. Again, we'll go through the rosters as we head along. That's Patton with the basketball, and she just tried to bull her way along that far side and lost the ball out of bounds. It'll go over to Windsor. 7:48 to go, first quarter action. Overtime if necessary, and the varsity game will follow this at a later date on Channel 15 Sports. From the 3-point arc, that's going to be off the mark, and here comes Ojula with Patton on the wing. Ojula's going to take it all the way and go to the left hand, and a little bit hard, a little bit strong. Tisdale came in late for the rebound, number 5 for MSJ, and Windsor wants to run. They'll get it down the floor, and nice catch in the corner. They'll dump it down into the low blocks off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound. No. Windsor on the glass. Battle for the ball. They're going to have it. They're in the paint. No 3-second call. They'll get the bucket. And it's going to be Patton there in the trap to throw the top, and it's just going to be just a little too long for Bizon. They'll get the ball up ahead, and there's the layup by number 22, Hool, Carlin Hool, and we'll have a timeout called by Coach Sue Black of MSJ. And this will be a good time. It won't take long to read the roster. There's only 6 on the squad. Number 4 is Laura Steves. Number 5 is Olivia Tisdale. Brianna Patton, number 10. Christy Ojula, number 13. Caroline Connolly is 14, and Andrea Bizon is number 15. It's 6-0 Windsor. We've played 52 seconds of the first quarter play. That's Windsor right there. Ross Farnsworth is the head coach of the JV squad, and he has Rebecca Dimmick, number 4, number 14, Caitlin Callahan, Brittany Patton, number 20, Stephanie Morris wears 21, Carlin Hool, 22, Nikki White, 31, Olivia Mateos is number 32, Amber Heath, 33, 35, Molly Bruno, Megan O'Neill, 40, and 44, Tegan Coley. That is each team's rosters. So I got that done early. And Windsor had no trouble getting off the bus in the cold weather and getting here and getting some points on the board. They're going full court press. They've created some turnovers, and Andrea Bizon will take the ball out of bounds for MSJ. She's going to have Ojula get the pass, number 13. Ojula, like Patton, number 10, played varsity soccer, and there's a steal on the trap. They'll lay the pass out a little bit too far. They're looking to go to number 40, Megan O'Neill, and right idea, just a little bit too far and long. Johnny Kelly and John McKernan, the officials for this JV basketball game. And that press, boy, has been effective, and another steal, and they'll throw it up ahead, and for the bucket, no. The bunny follow-up, got it. White missed the original shot, and then the follow-up was good, and Windsor will go up 8-0. There's Bizon into the front court. She's going to bring it inside the arc. That's a 2-point shot, and it's going to be just a little bit off the mark. Tisdale will get it, and Tisdale will bring the rebound back out to Ojula. Now Patton are going to recycle their offense, and you'll have Patton work between circles. And Patton was in the fall play, the History of America, the abridged edition. Did a nice job in the theater drama department. And boy, they let that go. A little bump in there, and no whistle on the play. And Ojula will go to Tisdale, and Tisdale trying to ball fake, traveled. Yeah, she went up with the first fake and got called for the travel. And it'll be brought up by White now. So Nikki White will bring the ball up. Against some pressure in the backcourt by Steves, and Steves making her work the ball, killed the dribble, gives it off on his elbow, and look for the cut, and there it is. They flashed through, and boy, they really took advantage of the matchup they had, as they had O'Neill on Ojula, and Ojula probably 7 or 8 inches shorter. And they're able to get it there. It goes 10-0. Windsor with the first double-digit lead of the basketball game, and it's going to get tied up. And I believe it's going to be Windsor basketball. Nope, I believe I'm wrong. And they're going to go to Bizon, and Bizon will bring the ball into play, and they're going to pull off the press now with that 10-0 lead. Mounties looking for their first points of the JV contest. Like I said, the varsity game between MSJ girls varsity and Windsor varsity will be on Channel 15 at a later date. And Patton off the hands of Tisdale will get the basketball back, and Steves ball fake, up, a little strong, got the glass. Tisdale with the tip, almost put it in, almost got the rebound, and controlling the basketball now in the back court for Windsor will be Dimmick, and Dimmick will just spin away from the pressure, and Ojula will drop back below the midcourt logo, and that's going to come to the free throw line. Here's the backdoor cut, and O'Neal with the finish. So O'Neal racking up the points, and key to her success, she just keeps moving and cutting and working off screens, and there's the trap, and Ojula will go cross court and get it to Patton. Boy, Patton's got one speed, and it's full throttle. Tisdale up and in. Nice push down the floor by MSJ, and Patton will get the assist. Tisdale the bucket. 12-2, Windsor with the lead. Yeah, and you can see the spin away by Dimmick, and Dimmick now being pressured will drop the ball to the free throw line. There's the cut on the back door, and this time it's a different look, and was it touched? No, it was not touched. Dimmick threw up like a half pass, half hook shot, and become MSJ basketball. Oh, nice. The ball fake sold the double team. That gave Patton the inside. Oh, Tisdale will have it go off her hands out of bounds. But they get a little more flow getting it up the court, though. And 4:25 to go in the first quarter, and Conley will be checking in for MSJ. And she is the only sub. There are only 6 people on the roster. That's going to be touched last by the defensive player, and that's why there's no whistle on the play. Oh, Dimmick was open. The pass was high. She saved it. Comes back. Shot. 8-footer. No good. Front rim. Comes down. Steves had it. Tisdale will get it. And then the pass up ahead to Ojula. She'll dodge around White, number 31. Came charging out the ball. Tisdale to catch the fire off the glass, off the rim. No good. Rebound. Long outlet to O'Neal, and she's going to get there. And boy, she had it and lost it out of bounds. Things starting to open up here in this JV ball game. Windsor's going to make a 5-for-5 substitution here. They'll have 5 new players come in. And Bizon will take a breather for the Mounties, and Conley will. Now, I believe, yeah, Conley played on the varsity soccer squad also for Coach Fortier. And going to have a foul. Going to have a blocking foul or a foul on Windsor. We'll let Johnny make the call. A push is what he's going to go with. So Ojula will take it out of bounds, and we're at 3:44 to go in the first quarter. It's the first foul of the ball game. And Patton putting her moves on at the top of the arc, and Steves just had the ball slip through her hands, and it's going to be picked up, maybe. Yep. Windsor able to get the handle on it, and they want to go down on that nice duck underneath move. There's the drive to the hole, the foul, and shots coming up. I'll tell you what, that was quite the move by. Yeah, Steves will pick up the foul, and Amber Heath will go to the line. She's going to be shooting 2, and she had a nice, confident, strong move to the hole. And she's getting 2 shots, obviously, since she was fouled in the act of shooting, and that's going to be front rimmed and off the mark a tad, and she'll get a second chance here. It stays 12-2 Windsor in this JV basketball game, and second shot's going to be front rimmed also. Ojula out quick. Nobody boxed her out, and she took the dribble, killed it, brings it back, and it's going to be brought back up by Patton. Patton pretty much has ran a point in his first quarter for the Mounties, and that should be a blocking foul there. Yeah, it's going to be the second foul on Windsor, and Johnny Kelly will come over and, yep, touch the hips. He's not modeling. That's blocking foul, and that'll be the Mounties with the basketball side out over in front of the Windsor varsity players who are taking in the action here. And I'm not sure if it was touched. Yes, it was. They said it was tipped by Windsor, ball out of bounds, and be the Mounties, and they're going to set up the box formation. I had to wait and see. Steves catches, sealed right off, nowhere to take the shot. Yeah, and they're going to pull the ball back out and get the play set up. They'll bring it back to Patton, and again, she's trying to do the goal, give and go to the basket. The pass was blowing at her feet. Tough one to handle, and it'll come up, and it'll be a turnover, and Heath now. Amber Heath, number 33, brought the ball up, and there's the catch, the drive, and a whistle before the shot. I think the foul will be on the floor prior to the shot with 2:49 in the first quarter. And that is what Johnny called, so Olivia Tisdale will pick up her first foul, team second. Each team with 2 team fouls. And didn't get the finish on it. The rebound, the putback, and the bucket that time by Windsor. They'll push it back up, 12-point lead, and that's as large as it's been. Patton did a better job that time of keeping the dribble alive. It's going to be off from Ojula out of bounds, and John Kelly and John McKernan, the officials, and Callahan with the basketball. That's what I was trying to find my camera dip down to get my roster. So Callahan 14 being guarded by Steves up top, and Steves did a good job of staying with her, and then on the cut back through, she just wasn't open. They didn't force it. Amber Heath will go down, and they're just going to be patient, recycle with 2 minutes to go in this opening quarter play in JV basketball action, and tipped, but nice catch and recovery. And B's on at the scores table for MSJ, getting set to check back in after about almost a 3-minute break for it. Got some rest, and again, only 6 players on the roster for the Mounties, so they'll have to be careful of how they rotate people through there so they don't get too fatigued. Then they kick out. Boy, it's been a long time of possession for Windsor. She'll set, fire, and boy, just a little bit off the mark, falling backwards, up, and that's going to go in there for Molly Bruno. She'll get the offensive rebound and presence of mind to put the shot up and in, and she'll make it 16-12 now. The Yellow Jackets, with 1:27 to go in just the first quarter of play, they've already racked up 16 points, and that should be another foul on Windsor. Yeah, just not moving their feet defensively, their coach telling them. Another blocking foul, and that'll be the 3rd team foul. And now B's on allowed to check into the ball game, and she will replace Steves. That's an MSJ switch, and see Patton to Ojala, and CSJ basketball will be starting back up on January 9th. That'll be a men and women's doubleheader starting at 5:30, and plenty of warning now to get there and catch the action. And going to a 4th foul called on Windsor there. I think it's going to be another blocking foul. Hold on, they'll go with hold this time. That'll bring White back into the ball game as number 14 from Windsor, able to pick up 3 quick fouls. Callahan picked up 3 fouls in not quite 3 minutes, so she's aggressive. Patton called for the ball, gets the ball, steps inside the defender, and Tisdale can't quite save it, and it goes out of bounds off from the MSJ player. She hustled after it, and that'll leave 1 minute even to go in the first quarter. It's been all Windsor here. They've really done it with their defense. They've created a lot of turnovers by the MSJ JV squad, and they'll go baseline. A nice job by Patton to get there and deny the spot. Tisdale able to push the offensive player out a little bit further. Oh, I think she picked up a 2nd foul. Yeah, Tisdale's picked up her 2nd foul here of the first quarter, and that will send number 33 to the line, Amber Heath. And again, she'll be awarded 2 shots since she was fouled in the act of shooting, and that's going to be a little long, a little strong. She'll eye the basket and put it up, and that one's going to happen. That'll drop, making it 17-2 now. So Windsor on their way right now to an 80-point night at this rate. And a lot of JV players. They got a big roster, numbers-wise. A lot of people on it. You see Ojala. Back to Patton. Patton with 31 seconds to go. On the game clock, trying to work off the screen by Ojala. There's just too much spacing in the screen. That's why they couldn't brush off from it. And White will make the steal. And White's going to bring the ball up herself. She'll turn, long pass. Picked up by Ojala. Ojala wanted to go down inside the paint. Went off from the hands of Patton out of bounds. And with 13.8 seconds to go, Windsor's going to look and not face any pressure in the back court. So they'll be able to quickly push the ball in the front court. Oh, plenty of time, 13.8 to set up a couple plays. So if they miss one shot, they can. The ball coming back, and they left Tisdale in there with the 2 fouls. They want to be careful not to pick up a 3rd foul with time running down. There's the inside move, 1 second, and that's the first quarter. 17-2 Windsor with the lead in JV basketball action over MSJ. And we'll start second quarter play with Windsor, with Heath and White in the back court, and they've got the ball, they got the lead, and they got the drive up, and no, rebound inside. And boy, no push called, as Conley had it, and took a pretty good piece of contact there and went out of play, and foul will be taken out of bounds by Bruno, number 35. In the paint, little half hook, no good, and who touched it last? Last touch by Windsor. It'll be Mountie basketball, and then you gotta be careful of that press. It's created a lot of easy buckets for the Yellow Jackets, and Patton traveled, yeah. Lost her balance, and that threw the whole thing out of kilter, and it'll be Windsor basketball, and they'll have Heath take it out of bounds right in front of the Windsor bench. Again, got a lot of Mill River basketball coming up at a later date on Channel 15. Mill River and Fairhaven girls basketball, both JV and varsity. So you get to see two teams from the viewing area, two local teams. Coming up on PEGTV, and their website at PEGTV is www.PEGTV, PEGTV, actually, it's just PEGTV.com, basically, that's all you gotta know. We're located in Building 24 in the House Center. Tom Leipold's a program director, and he wants me to remind you that every Saturday, starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoons on every Saturday, you play the games of the week. Tisdale picked up her third foul on that last call. I forgot to mention that, and she'll come out in probably, well, 7.5 minutes. I don't know if we'll see her again before the half is over, but she's got 3 fouls on her. That shot's all net by number 44, Tegan Coley. Gonna make it 18-2. Windsor with that 16-point bulge, and Ojala will snap the pass inside to Connolly, and she'll be able to hold it and have a little space. Looked inside and gives it back to Ojala. Steves will bring the ball down to Patton, and this is going to be Windsor. No, they're going to lose it. Up ahead, Patton. Boy, he's knocked away. Back to Steves. So they'll change possession several times in that one sequence, both teams, and they'll go. There's the ball fake by Patton. Looked inside. There's the cut along the baseline. It goes off from Bizon's foot. The pass was a tad high to her, and it's going to be White bringing the basketball down now, number 31, Nikki White. And Amber Heath made the duck underneath move and just hand the ball back, and the shot wasn't there. The defense reacted nicely to it. The drive in the paint might travel. Yeah. Bruno got down inside the free throw line. Actually had a pretty good spot to take a shot and pulled the basketball down out of the air and traveled. Maybe been better off just to take the shot, and Steves will fake the handoff, and that she'll get the ball up to Ojala. Boy, right now they just gotta get their spacing. There they go. Patton with the ball. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half of play, and it's been a tough one right now for the Windsor, for the MSJ JV squad against Windsor. Ojala. She had an open look, and that will go. 2-point shot for Patton. That time he worked the ball around nicely and found the open person, and she got the swish in there and makes it 18-4 Windsor. They wait for the cut, and Coley will again wait for the person to come up top, drive the lane, rebound, fought for, and Steves had it, knocked out her hands, is up with Ojala. Just going to push it quickly to the front court, gets it between circles. Steves on the drive, stops off the glass. Yeah, she did it. So MSJ with their first 4-point run. They'll cut the lead down to 12 at 18-6, and that'll bring Dimmick back in the basketball game for Windsor. She'll go to the scores table and get set to check in as Amber Heath. They looked for White first, and then a nice defensive move. Oh, he's going to call foul. So Steves will get she'll be the recipient of being pushed, so it was a good call. Which is why I couldn't understand at first how he's going to call it on. He said because he went number 4, but he said it was 44. Coley got the foul caller, and there's Patton looking baseline. Nice dish, nice catch by Conley. Everybody on the floor, and the ball will be picked up by Windsor. They'll come out of the pack with it. And here comes White, and she's going one direction. That was to the hole. I like her. I like the way she just had a nose for the basket. She didn't get it to work, but now the whistle should be blocked. So yeah, Dimmick will pick up the blocking foul. Now it's going to be 6 fouls now on Windsor, and so the next foul they commit in this first half of play will be at least the 1-on-1 for the Mounties. Yeah, pass was a little bit soft coming to Ojala, and Patton will make it up, though. She'll make the steal along the baseline against Dimmick, and boy, they got her trapped, and she's able to dribble out along the baseline, and there's the push up front to Bizon, to Conley, to the bucket. No. Follow-up. Well, Bizon got a piece of it, couldn't keep it away from Heath, and he's going to take it 3/4 of the way down the court, and Dimmick baseline to White, stolen away by Connolly. Nice job by Connolly. Looking for Ojala, and she's fast. She chased down the pass, was a tad long. She's able to get there. 18-6, Windsor with the lead. Mounties a chance to keep cutting away at it. And oh, well, they got to put a little zip on their passes right now because they're just laying them out there, and that's going to be a foul on number 4 from MSJ. It's Laura Steves. That's going to be her second personal foul, and should be shots. What do you call that? The guy MSJ having the ball. Okay, I missed all that. Well, I'm not sure why, but I'll take it. MSJ's got the basketball, and Oh, nice catch by Ojala, a little strong off the glass. Rebound, swarm for, and Conley had a pretty good hold on her. Yeah, it'll be Caroline's first foul. And it's the team's 5th. Well, I tell you, extremely quiet crowd here for this JV game. Conley there defensively, they'll swoop it down inside. Nice catch, recovery, and the basket by Windsor. I gotta tell you, I came dressed for winter tonight. I got a long sleeve shirt on and my combination inside-outside boots. They got the heat on about 85 here at MSJ. They could save a lot of money just by turning the thermostat down. Oh my God, I could have worn beach shorts and a tank top tonight. Holy God, hope I don't fall asleep from the heat during the game. Oh, nice little give back on a drive from, ends up in Ojala's hands, and it'll come back to Pat, and she'll go back inside to Ojala. And boy, they worked a nice passing scheme there. They just a little hard off the glass. That's why the shot wouldn't drop. And Bizon trying to slow down the progress of the ball coming forward. And 14 that brought the ball down was Callahan. Remember, she picked up 3 fouls early. She's back in here now, and boy, look at that follow up on the weak side. Nobody boxed out, and that was a good job of just staying with it, getting the bucket. And timeout called by MSJ, 30-second timeout called. Sue Black, the head coach, and 22-6 MSJ down to Windsor and JV ball. And again, I'll read you the roster real quick for MSJ. Laura Steves is number 4, Olivia Tisdale 5, Brianna Patton 10, 13 Christy Ojala, Caroline Conley number 14, and Andrea Bizon, whereas 15. See some of the big crowd here at MSJ taking in the JV action. There's some of the varsity players watching it, and Windsor with almost as many people here as hometown Mounties. We'll find John, and they're both named John, the officials, so don't think I've lost it. I have lost it, but there are 2 officials both named John. So with 3:10 to go, that was a Mountie timeout. That was their second timeout taken here in the first half. So Patton will call the play out. She'll bring the ball down. Dimmick will be guarding her, and they'll go to Ojala. There's a cut by Steves. Didn't open up. They came to Bizon, and she just got spun around by the pass. And boy, a lot of bumping there. Conley got away with some contact. And they'll fake the 3. That's a 2 ball, and nope, off the glass on the floor. Picked up by Ojala, and she turns right into a trap, and she wants to keep the ball alive. Will come off the Patton. And she got the pass, tipped, but still got it to Ojala. She'll break into the clear over the midcourt logo up ahead. Connolly pass up the shot to Steve. She'll take it and got it. Oh, good job of working the ball around. 22-8 Windsor. Okay, so warning to MSJ. They made the basket and then got the ball afterwards and tossed it forward. And I think they were just jubilation over making the bucket. I don't think there's anything vicious intent by it. And that's going to be MSJ basketball. They tried to run that backdoor cut off the top screen again, which has been extremely effective tonight. For Windsor, that time they just, for some reason, it was open, but the player on the cut never turned around and looked for the pass. So 2:16 to go in the half, and the Mounties try and get this lead down to just 10 before the break. Right now they're down by 14. They'll have the basketball back, and Bizon looks like she is going to take it out of bounds. Yep, she will take it out of bounds. Nice job by Patton using her body to shield off the defender Dimmick so she couldn't get to the basketball. Yeah, now she needs some help out in the corner there. That 5-second count ticking away and tipped, and I believe it's going to be off from Conley of MSJ out of bounds, and it'll belong to Windsor. So Callahan will get it back from Dimmick, and Callahan with the touch up the call, and she's going to bring it right into play. Nice acceleration, gets it to the elbow to Mateos, and there's the goal. Just somebody got a hand on it. Number 22, Hould, rolling to the basket. One thing Windsor has also, besides the advantage on the scoreboards, they got a lot of height out there, and they got a lot of depth on the bench. Oh, she passed up an open look, and Windsor goes zone now. And plenty of time, 1.5 minutes. Patton traveled. Yeah, she had the right idea. She got inside, and you know what happened is she was. I'm projecting here. I don't know what happened. I'm not inside her head. I don't know what she was thinking. But it appeared that she was going to originally take the shot. That's why she drove in there, and she had a good look at a shot. But the last second, she wanted to be unselfish and toss the ball. And nice cut, nice basket. Real nice basket by O'Neill. She's got a ton of points on that. Same exact play. Windsor will pull out the press now with a minute to go, 24-8. Only the second quarter play, and they'll get the ball. Nice cut by Pat. She got the bump, and shots coming up. It'll be the 1-on-1 now. It's the 7th team foul. Tell you what, Patton's logged a ton of minutes here, and she's worked hard out there for the Mounties, and she should be the one going to the line. Now Dimmick will pick up the foul. That's her second personal. And so, yeah, a good chance for MSJ to get some points with the clock off here and work himself back in the basketball game. And she got it. That was a good looking shot. Caught the net and swished it in. With only 6 players, they must work a lot on conditioning in the practices. Going to come back to Steves, and block. That's a tall player. That's number 40 who scored all the points, O'Neill, and she's going to bring the ball down, be like the point guard, and she'll bring it back now. And Callahan with the basketball. 44 seconds to go in the half. And, they got it down inside, and Mateos with the easy bucket. Somebody lost their assignment down inside. Makes it 26-9. Mounties, I don't believe they'll play for the last shot here. It might end up that way, but I don't think that's going to be their initial game plan. Conley keeping the ball alive, and Patton. There's just such a size advantage, too, out there for Windsor. Patton gets in there and jump ball. Going to be MSJ basketball with 18.7 seconds to go. As we have the ball on the baseline, we'll go to Bizon. Gets it into Steves. Steves over the top of the defender, and 13 seconds on the clock. Steves up, blocked. Boy, what a block. I tell you, that's what I was talking about. Callahan just really timed it well. Dimmick with the leap to catch, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Dimmick. 4.2 seconds to go, and Bizon. And I'm surprised Windsor's not going to press right here, try to make them eat up the clock. So they can bring the ball in the front court, and that would have counted. That would have been awesome. Well, a big smile. Yeah, she knew she had a pretty good beat on it, Patton did, but it's going to be 26-9, Windsor with the lead in JV basketball action over MSJ. 8 minutes on the clock, third quarter underway, Windsor with the basketball, and MSJ, see what they've done for some tweaking here, some changes, as I get my roster set. There we go, I just put my camera on. That's going to be tipped by Steves, controlled by Windsor. They want to go down inside, a big collision, the ball will go out of bounds, and it's going to be down here with the Yellow Jackets with 7:48 to go. We're just underway in the third quarter. Windsor really executed their offense well. They were able to run through to get plays inside just like that. They get the first points of the third quarter. They'll push the lead to 28-9, and they'll pull off from the press. They did press quite a bit in that first half, and it generated turnovers, which led to easy buckets. And when they had to set up their half-court offense, they were able to really just pretty much go on the baseline at will and go deep inside. Steves will pivot, and that's going to be blocked up top by White. And I'm not sure who else, Justin Myers. It's going to be MSJ basketball. So big block goes out of bounds, stays with the Mounties. This is the JV version of Windsor MSJ. I'll have the varsity version at a later date. Patton, I believe she played every minute of that first half. Great endurance on her part, and she pretty much ran the point the whole. She did run the point the whole first half. She'll come back to meet the ball turn, and Tisdale in there playing with the 3 fouls, number 5 for MSJ. That'll go off her fingertips out of bounds. Dimmick will be in the back court, number 4, and she will bring in the play, and White will turn around. And White did a good job. Windsor had several different people run the point in that first half, and they were all very effective. They wanted to go on the backdoor cut, and that's going to be out of bounds. A little too tall for Dimmick, and it'll become Mountie basketball. We played 52 seconds here of this first quarter. MSJ did get to the free throw line in the first half. Windsor got to the 7 foul limit, 17 foul limit. Mounties didn't quite get that far, and it's going to be off the mark. It looked good when it left Bizon's hand, and it's the rebound. Ojo, a little hook shot, put it back up and in. Comes to Tisdale up and foul. Tisdale heading to the line and should be shooting 2 as MSJ coming to life on the boards. They're able to get second and third chances offensively. And so Tisdale, Olivia Tisdale, number 5, will eye the first of 2 shots here, and now the foul was called on number 22, Houle, Carlin Houle. And Tisdale will make it 10 now, 28-10 for MSJ. Well, they're trailing by 18 to Windsor. That's going to be front rim. Tisdale followed her own shot up, and that was partially blocked. And it will come back out, and boy, long throw front court gets to White, and she'll have to wait for all the traffic to clear, and she'll just bring it back between circles. And that's the Toast with the basketball, and we're on the elbow to Dimmick, and Dimmick will just take the dribble, bring it back to White, and they'll be patient. They're looking for the cut along the baseline, and you can see O'Neal 40 flash through there. They followed her. Dimmick will get it down in the corner. She couldn't control it. Got a little bit off her reach, off her fingertips, out of bounds, and we'll have number 15. That's Bizon with the basketball. And again, Windsor showing no press right now. This point in the third quarter play. And Connolly, Caroline Connolly at the scores table. She'll again, there are only 6 players on the MSJ JV roster, and Connolly will get set to check in. And oh, I didn't see Bizon. She's behind her second teammate. Windsor's got in zone. MSJ's made a little umbrella on the offensive end. Patton wants to go down inside to Tisdale, and I don't think she's expecting the ball. It goes out of bounds off from Tisdale, and it'll become a turnover. And now Caroline Connolly will come in for Ojala for MSJ. So 6 minutes straight up. We played 2 minutes here this third quarter, and no lead's insurmountable, but going to have some drastic turn of events here. Good help up top. Steves helps create the turnover, then MSJ will give the ball back, and it'll go down inside. Matos to the hole and got it. What a strong first step, but a confident move to the bucket. And that will now make it a 20-point bulge at 30-10. Windsor with the lead. This is just a JV game. Hopefully the varsity will be a little more, oh, I don't want to say competitive, but a little more, the score will be a little more close. The ball will go out of bounds, and it'll be Dimmick taking the ball out of bounds. Have to wait for the official. John McCurran will chase it down, and the ball rolled all the way behind the player's bench. And boy, Pattinson, they're going to apply pressure, and nice job of O'Neal coming back. And she's brought the ball up in the first half one time down. And O'Neal, like I said, is like a point center, and she got a ton of points tonight on that. Well, they're going to call Patton on the foul. And so that will be Patton's first personal foul. That's amazing considering how many minutes she's played and how hard she's played. That'll be her first foul. I guess she was in a theater drama department this past fall season. Plus she played soccer. Now here she is on the basketball court. Very busy young lady. Tisdale staying a good distance. There's the cut. O'Neal to the hole and the basket. And that was O'Neal's bread and butter play in that first half. And Molly's really been no height to combat that as far as playing from in front or from behind on O'Neal. They have to really try to get on the point, deny the pass. It's the only chance they have. Nice grab by Bizon. Then she checked her feet to make sure she was not going to be out of bounds. And we're down to 4:45 to go in the third quarter. 32-10 Windsor, and Bizon saves it from being a turnover. And Patton to Tisdale, and again, a lot of juice on the ball. Goes through Tisdale's hands, out of bounds, and White with the touch, and she's going to actually keep the basketball. Now Patton will come in the backcourt and contest the three pass up front. Almost a carry on the basketball there. And see Matos looking. There's the catch, the cut, the ball down inside. O'Neal up, and nice job of grabbing it, but then I think she stepped down. No penalty, no foul. She stepped on the inline out of bounds, and it'll become MSJ with a rare turnover here. No. Again, you got to make the most of it as Ojala back at the scores table getting set to check in for MSJ. Again, they got to really watch the rotation. Only the 6 players up and blocked and foul. O'Neal came out, got a piece of the ball, but I think she got her with the lower part of her body too. On the arm. Actually, it was not O'Neal at all, and I apologize to her. It was Hool that got the foul. Now stop the clock with 4:10 to go in the third quarter play. Now it'll put Steves at the line. Laura Steves will be up and a little short. She will get a second chance here. Windsor doing a 5-for-5 switch like they did in the first half. It'll be Bizon from the Mounties that came out, and Ojala come in and take her spot on the floor. We get set for Steve's second shot. And that one was long and strong. The first one was short, and it'll be Amber Heath, number 33 in the basketball game. She'll give the ball off, and Callahan will bring it up. Callahan playing with a 3 fouls. Her pass is going to be stolen by Tisdale. She'll break out of the pack, and she's going to double dribble. Yeah, she was setting up her shot, and the defender stayed her ground, and that created the turnover. And again, the defense extending a little bit here in the third quarter MSJ's defense gets steady in a little bit, and Callahan on the baseline, and nice dish off. Gave it to Amber Heath. She made the bucket, and we're going to have an MSJ timeout, down 34-10 to Windsor in JV basketball action. Okay, so that was MSJ's timeout taken here. If they check with the official, he says it's good to go, and they bring the ball, no pressure again. Windsor really kind of pulled back from that full court press that was extremely successful for him in the first half. Steves with the catch, the fire, and the basket by Steves. Laura Steves with the bucket. And I believe that's 4 points for Steves now tonight. Makes it 34-12 Windsor. And Windsor, there's the cut, little high, the recovery, pick it up by O'Neill. She'll pivot, plant, and bring the pass back to Callahan. Callahan between the circles. Mounties man-to-man defense. They'll bring it off on this elbow. Windsor again looking inside for the first option, and that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a push from behind on Connolly. Yep. They're trying to get to Bruno, 35, and Amber Heath on the baseline for the Yellow Jackets. Just hands out, easy bucket, missed, up, and yes. That was Pat now. That got the first pass to her and shot and missed, followed up, got the second one up and in. So we're down to just 2:52 to go here in the third quarter play. And it's going to be Ojula. She'll bring the ball all the way back around, and moved by Patton. Oh, good help defense on that zone. They slid out. Yep. Steves killed the dribble, and Connolly kept it alive to Tisdale and taken out there by Patton now. And Patton now, she's going to bring it up herself over the timeline, and Tisdale came up from behind and made the steal for the Mounties. So good hustle there by MSJ's Tisdale. And Bizon getting set to check back in the basketball game now for MSJ. And Sue Black is the head coach, her first year in that position here at MSJ's JV squad. Last year's JV coach, Nate Trainer, got promoted up to varsity level when Christina Raish stepped down and resigned, and that's now good. Rebound will be out to Windsor, and it's going to be Bruno who had the ball. She'll come back to Callahan, and just a tad under 2 minutes now to go in the third quarter. And see Pat now come up to meet the pass between the circles. She'll plant, pivot, and again, Mounties appear to be in a man-to-man to me, and every now and then they, well, I'm not sure what they're playing. They're almost playing like a zone matchup, but I don't believe they're advanced enough to do that. That's going to be Pat now, trying to get the handle on it. She'll do that and get it off to Bruno. Bruno with just the handoff with a minute 20 to go. Third quarter, minute 20 to go, and 36-12 Windsor. This is JV ball. And Patton just kind of laid there and hiding and waited and made the steal, and she'll bring the ball forward the timeline, and she's played very well tonight for MSJ. As we've gone to 1 minute to go here in the third quarter, and Steve's traveled. Yeah, Steve's had a pretty good head of steam going. Then she got to the yeah, they're going to bring Amber Heath back. And it'll be Patton coming out, take a break now. It's the first time I remember Patton come out in a long time in this ballgame to get a breather. As Callahan works against Steves. Patton out passed at the shot. They'll come in the corner, and that's going to be up and good. Good looking shot by Callahan. Remember, she had to sit quite a bit in the first half. She picked up the 3 fouls early, like in 3 minutes she picked them up, and she settled down now. Good looking player. Got a double dribble. Yeah, Steves came down double dribble. 38-12. Ball will come over to Windsor, and Amber Heath will take it out right in front of the MSJ bench. And again, Windsor with a lot of depth on this JV squad and a lot of talent, actually. Good looking players out there. They've plugged in 5 for 5 substitutions, and they've all executed very well. And it's going to be interesting. Yeah, they say it was not touched by MSJ, and it will become MSJ's basketball. And 17 seconds to go in the quarter, and Steves, plenty of time, will bring it up. He picked up by Callahan, number 14 between circles, and she'll steer her to the right side. And yeah, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, and Bizon looking for an open body to get the ball to. 1 second and got a foul. That'll stop the clock with 0.3 of a second. Foul on the floor, and pretty much would be the quarter. They're barring another foul. They really want me time to catch and shoot with 0.3 of a second. And that's going to be the third quarter. 38-12 Windsor as we head into the final quarter play from the Common Avenue Gym. And as you can see, it's going to be MSJ basketball. They got behind early and never really recovered. Windsor is a good team out there, and it's the kind of team you can't really make a lot of mistakes against, but it's JV ball, and it's like any level, actually. It's all about learning. And that's just a hot potato. And Amber Heath, nice job of not traveling, gets the Patton out. Now she'll go to Callahan. Malians will peel back, get in the defense set, and Callahan will bring it up and have Steves come out to contest it. Bruno will pivot, Bruno will look, and Bruno will give the ball off now to Patton out. That's Tisdale on her, and Tisdale, very good job defensively right there. And Amber Heath popped out to get the ball, wants to go down baseline, and Conley will pick up the foul as she went over the back. Actually, there's no over the back call. It's a push from behind call. Yep. And that is only the third team foul in MSJ. Nobody in danger yet of being over the bonus situation. Just 3 team fouls apiece. And Patton coming back in. Brianna Patton coming in for Caroline Connolly for MSJ. Well, MSJ just kind of forgot where they were, and everybody ran back on the ball. And actually, Windsor had a choice of who was going to get the layup. They ended up going to the left side of the court, and makes it 40-12. So Patton will bring the ball up, and we're nearing 1 minute play here in the fourth quarter. And that's going to be a turnover, and Bruno will stop. She wants to find the guard, and she'll give it off to Callahan. And Callahan will finish the job off now. She will put the play into motion. And nice job by Bruno ducking up and underneath the defender who overcommitted, and she was able to go by her and get the easy bucket off the glass and in. And again, we'll have more MSJ basketball, both men's and women's, coming up through the month of January. I don't know about the holiday tournament, how that the other high school in the city, I don't get to go down there, and I'm not allowed in there to do anything. Unbelievable bunch of jerks, but so I don't know if that will come to you or not, but I wish the MSJ boys and girls programs the best of luck in that tournament. And boy, they really worked the passing angles well here. They really snapped the ball around, move. Tisdale almost came up with a steal, and the ball will come back, and Amber Heath and Windsor are going to run a little motion, a little weave up top, and eat some clock up with 6 minutes to go. And not really stall ball, but just executing some different plays while they've got the opportunity in live game action. That's going to be Heath with the steal. And he's been a good-looking player, Heath has. Got some good instincts out there, some good moves. Up and rebound. Bruno's going to the line, going to shoot 2. I'm just waiting for the number. I think it's going to be on Bizon, 1-5. Yeah, so Bizon will pick up the foul, and it'll be Bruno at the line, number 35. So that will be the 4th team foul, and that's the first foul on Bizon. And that's so a little hard on the shot, a little flat. I thought she did have a chance, though, but that goes off the rim, no good. So we stay at 42-12, Windsor, and the second opportunity is up, and no, won't get the bounce to go our way. Tisdale with a nice rebound, boxing out the steal and the basket. So they missed the 2 free throws, but they'll get the offensive steal, or the steal, and then make that an offensive basket. Well, it has to be an offensive basket, wouldn't it? Again, it's hot in this gym. I got to tell you, the heat, it's just unbelievable. Usually I come to a gym and I always wear my white t-shirts because it's usually hot, but I'm not in the stands at MSJ. I'm on the stage, so I'm not near all the bodies. I gotta tell you, I might get a tan tonight. No, rebound, 1 and out, long pass, all the way. Patton will pick it up, and Patton now will get things under control. She'll wait for the screen to be set by Steve. Steve's will roll off the screen, got sealed off, and a steal. Nice steal by Patton. Now just totally picked it. Tisdale had almost able to get the ball back for the Mounties, coming up from behind, but see Callahan and Bruno with a nice catch, saved the pass, and he'll work up the Patton now, and then she'll pass up that outside shot, and they'll work the ball in the corner, and there's the fake, the roll, and they're going to bring it all the way back around, and see Patton staying with her, and there's the kick out, the shot, and O'Neill. That was partially blocked by Ojala. Oh, we got a foul. Push on Tisdale. That'll be her 4th personal. And the team's 5th foul, and that'll bring Caroline Conley in the ballgame. She'll replace Tisdale with 4:30 to go in the contest tonight. So we're all set, everybody in position, and the ball will be brought into play. They're looking for something to pop open on the inside, and there it is. Bruno came around on the circle cut and got it. And a new 5 coming on the floor for Windsor as they come to the scorer's table. And that's been the pattern. They've gone 5 for 5 substitution-wise. That's the nice thing about a game like this tonight is they can go 5 for 5s on the subs. And a lot of people would say in the coaching world that's good too because it develops chemistry, like having 2 starting 5s keep going in there, all used to working together. And Patton went to the floor, and we have a timeout called by Windsor with the lead 46-12. Windsor with 4 minutes to go in the basketball game. You see Windsor taking the timeout, and I'm sure they just want to, again, they want to work on some plays against real teams, not like in practice, and take advantage of the situation. They're in a position tonight where they've got the game pretty much wrapped up. Everybody's got a ton of playing time. And she made a nice catch instead of going all the way to the basket. She traveled. She knew it. She knew it. Who knew it? And that brings us just to 3:50 to go. And again, that website for Channel 15 is PEGTV.com. They play Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, all the games of the week. And Beeves on with a good look at the hole. Almost got the bucket. And the offensive rebound by MSJ. Up front rimmed it. Rebound will come down to Hool. She'll outlet the basketball for O'Neill. She'll chase it down, and now she wants to find the guard. She'll find White, number 31. And White started the game at the point. And very good looking point guard. And Matos with the basketball, and she'll lob it down inside. Up and no. Rebound up, and Hool will get it. I'll tell you what, the varsity game, Windsor features a couple 5'10", 5'11", I think 6-footers too, and this JV squad's got some 5'10", 5'11" players on it. I mean, they got, I don't know if they're feeding them up there, drinking their water, but they got some tall players up at Windsor. Not only in varsity this year, but coming up next year. And Tisdale's going to come back in the basketball game for MSJ with the 4 fouls with just 3 minutes to go. And White working against Patton. Patton will bring the ball down. And Patton's still got a lot of energy out there. She's pressing, she's being intense, she's doing a good job, as is Steves and all the players out there, Conley and the whole bunch. And it's going to be Ojala. She got fouled on the steal, and that's going to be the 4th team foul on Windsor. And with 2:48 to go, we might not get to the line here for the bonus situation by either team. And Ojala's going to come out now, and it's her turn to take a breather. And Tisdale, like I said, only 6 people on the roster. Tisdale comes in for Ojala. Which could be too why you don't see pressing and a little more, aggressive style of play from MSJ, just because they don't have the numbers for fatigue situations, where people out in the press energy-wise, and also foul situations. So 2:37 to go. Patton with some pressure in the backcourt, got the hand on the ball. White will lose the dribble, get it off to Hool. Hool looks for the cut. And Hool actually directing traffic back there. And you see the size matchup, how it favors Windsor right there against Steves. They'll come off to White, and White ball fakes. There's inside O'Neill. Well, one thing too is, they've always got the defender behind her on these cuts, and that doesn't hurt her chances of getting the ball in close like that. And it's 50-12. Windsor with a 38-point lead, and Bizon will bring it back to Patton, and we hit the 2-minute mark to go. Tisdale was thinking about it, and O'Neill came out to contest. It's a 2-3 zone by Windsor. Then Bizon able to save it. Nice job on the baseline by Bizon. She'll come back up to Tisdale, and her shot up and was on line, just short, and Matos will bring the ball down herself, and she'll cross over against Steves, work off the screen set by White. And we'll have a jump ball. And it's going to be Bizon taking the ball out of bounds. And it's Mounties JV squad taking on the Windsor squad, and Patton between circles. White will pick her up. And I think Tisdale just fouled out. That's on Tisdale. It'll be her 5th personal. Yeah, she came up and a little aggressively made a bump, and That's her 5th foul, so I'll bring Ojula back in the basketball game for MSJ, and she'll check in the scores table, and she's all good to go. And we'll have Dimmick take the ball out of bounds right in front of me, number 4. That brings it down to Hool on the long pass, and the step by Matos. The rebound by Matos, lost it out of bounds, and last touch by Connolly of MSJ. So Windsor will retain possession. Yeah, they want somebody to take it out of bounds. It'll be Hool that'll take it out of bounds. Just 78 seconds to go on tonight's contest. And O'Neal faked the shot, took the drive, gave it back, and Dimmick to Hool. And nice catch by White. She'll work it between circles, and Patton will be on her. And they got the whole side of the floor open on this side, and they're just running the clock right now. Well, Dimmick pulled the ball down and didn't. She had the baseline open and didn't give them the pass. I'm not really sure what Windsor's waiting for, if they're just trying to let the clock run down or what, but they've had a lot of open flashes down in the paint, and there, she actually was the lowest percentage shot on the floor after all the openings. There you go, up, and no good bodies crashing, ball up and got it. 52-12, a 40-point lead for Windsor. 33 seconds to go, and again, just remind you, get out there and get in a warm gym, and I mean warm. And boy, Patton from way outside of the game's first 3-pointer. So Patton really has played very well for MSJ tonight. And like I said, that's the first 3-point shot I think made by either side tonight. And almost a steal as Ojula gambled on it. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, and that's going to be Conley with the tip to Steve. Steve's had it tipped away, picked back up by Hool. 2 seconds. 1 second, it's going to count, and it will count, and that will be the contest. 52-15 Windsor over the Mounties in JV basketball action.